Closing questions. Now, here's the deal. When you are closing the transaction, this, my friends, is one of the most important sections that you can have. This is whether it's over the phone or it's in person, right? Closing questions. So at the end of your presentation, at the end of making your offer, so I can give you, $152,350.25. So does that sound fair? They could say yes or no. So do you want to do it? They could say no. I want to know the answer. So what we're going to do is say, let me ask you a question, Mr. Seller. I can get you $152,400.25. And would you like to close on the 11th, Friday, or the 13th on Monday? Which you prefer? Now, if they pick the 11th, who wins? If they pick the 13th, who wins? So now what happens is I'm diverting their mind to what? The date of when they're going to close. It's an alternate choice close. Alternate choice. This is my favorite close. I alternate choice close everything. Right? I do it with my family. I said, so do you want water? Because that's all we eat, right? Or water. What do you want tonight? Water or water, right? And they're like, resting. Okay, nail down close. So now you're negotiating with the seller. The seller says, right, they want $135,000. That's basically, you make an offer of 125, 127, 100 whatever. And the seller goes, you know what? I need about 135,000. And it's within your numbers, your price range, right? Then you say, listen, I can't promise it, but if I could get you 135, are we ready to get this deal done today? You get a commitment. They say yes. Say, great. Let me see what I can do. I got to make a phone call. Now, if you're doing this over the phone, then you're going to turn around and say, listen, you know what? Let me talk to my underwriter. Let me talk to my manager. Let me talk to my partner. Let me see what I can do. I'm going to, you know what? Can you hold on 1 second? Listen, I went to bat for you. Put them on hold for like 5 minutes, 7 minutes. If you're in person, Rich and our guys, they go out to the car. And then they sit in the car. And they look around, they watch a YouTube video. They go back in, they go, listen, I went to bat for you, man. I went out there. I can get you 135, but listen, I got to do it today. So let's get it done. And they write it up and get it done. That's called the nail down close. Takeaway close. Now, if you watch that video, I did a takeaway close with that guy. He started getting wishy-washy. I, in turn, came back and said, listen, I got other properties I got to make offers on. I really like you, but you know what? I got to make a decision on the deal. A takeaway close is what you do is you take it away. So someone goes, well, I said, honestly, you know what? I've got 3 other appointments today. I've got to turn around. I got to get a property under contract today to basically hit our company numbers. I really like you. I really like your property. I'd like to make this deal done today. But you know what? I honestly, I got a couple other appointments. If I can't do it, I have to pull the offer. What do you want to do? Would you like to close on Wednesday? Would you like to close on Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday evening? What would you like to do? Right? Alternate choice. Fear of loss is more than desire for gain. Example? I got that? Okay. So price justification close. Carlos talked a little bit about this. So price justification. So now, here's the lowest comps, reduced by list ratio, which we talked about, sold to list ratio, 4 to 6%. Repairs as a percentage, closing cost, and company profit, right? That makes sense. So a price justification close. I asked him, Mr. Seller, you know what? If you're going to list the property today, there's the number you're going to list it for. You turn around, this is what, list the price. This is what you're essentially going to get. But then you have to pay real estate commissions and closing costs, and it's going to take 112 days, whatever, right? We put the repairs in the property, put the closing costs in the property, put the profit in the property. This is the best we can do. This is our best number. So I can offer you $135, $172.25 or whatever. Now let me ask you a question, Mr. Seller. I get this offer done. I get this deal done for you, and we can make it happen. Would you like to close on Friday or Monday? And then remember, what do? Shh, you shut up. And it's going to be awkward. It's going to be awkward in phone. It's going to be awkward in person because they're sitting there and what they're doing. They're freaking out, right? They're freaking out thinking. But that's good. All right. This is now, so what happens is this. You go through the presentation, you talk to the seller, you're meeting him in person, you're going through it, you make an offer, you attempt to close with a closing question, price justification, whatever it is, fear of loss close, A/B close, and then there's an objection. Objection. Right? So what we want to do is there's 16 of the most commonly asked objections that we have. Right? And in the app, I have the 16 objections and the 16 rebuttals. 16 objections. Right? I want to think about it. Okay, can I call you back? Right? No, we don't want to do that. Your price is too low. I got to have a brother, uncle, sister, mother, relative look at it. I have an attorney look at it. I got to sleep on it. I got to think about it. I got to walk around town. You know, I've got an appraisal on the property. All those objections we handle. But the primary method for handling the objection, now you made an offer, you shut up, and then they hesitate and they object. So when you box the objection, the process is you take an objection that is general and you make it specific, right? It's general and you make it specific. So you go, let me ask you a question, Mr. Seller. I understand you want to think about, what specifically do you want to think about? Is it the process of how everything's going to work and we're going to close it? Is it the contract? You want to go through a little bit more in the contract and understand it? Is it me? Is it something I said or did? You don't like me? Maybe I didn't brush my teeth? Sorry. Or is it the price? Which is it? And you shut up and they go, you know, it's the contract. So if it's the contract, you can go specifically through the contract. And then if it's the price, you can go specifically through the price. Great, price. 99% of the time it's price. 99% of the time it's price or terms, how you're doing it, right? So price, so let's say, let me ask you a question. I offered you $135. Where do you need to be to get the deal done today? Well, you're at $135, I'm at $137. I'm at $140. I'm on $145, right? However that might be. So what's gonna happen now is you're gonna have an objection. There's about 16 of them. And you can overcome them, and they're each by boxing that objection, taking a general to a specific. So now you make an offer. They either accept or they object. They accept, what do? You sign and celebrate. If they object, it's an objection. I don't look at an objection as no. I look at an objection as an objection. I just blow right through it and blow right over it. The only way you're going to win is overcome the objection. That is, an objection doesn't mean no. It just means they don't understand yet, or you haven't given enough information, or you haven't had a meeting of the minds yet. You got to get a meeting of the minds, okay? And then I go back and I say, listen, Mr. Seller, listen. I just want to make 100% clear that I'm 100% clear. We're paying all closing costs, right? Paying all closing costs. You're not paying commissions. You're not paying any fees, right? Your net number is the net number I'm offering you, less your tax prorations. Now remember that. We're taking care of all that. We're handling all that. Now, with that being said, Mr. Seller, is that the best you can do? And then what do? Shut up, right? Is that the best you can do? And what's that going to do is they're going to either say, well, and you can keep on going, is that the best you can do until they actually move down that number.